But
What is this picture of?
that's it. Oh, this is Narsimha, right? So that's Prahlad Maharaj. He's glorifying Narsimha. So the process of hearing. So basically, when we hear this Bhagavad Gita, we gain knowledge of what is God. Right? When we gain knowledge, and Krishna gives not only knowledge, he says how you can realize it. So in the next verse, he says, this knowledge that I'm giving you, jnanam te aham savijnanam. So I'm not only giving you theoretical knowledge, I'm giving you a process how you can realize this knowledge. Just like आपको एक डॉक्टर बनना है, सारी मेडिकल बुक्स अवेलेबल है ना? Available or not? You can buy all the medical books. You go to a medical bookstore, you can get all the medical books, bring it to your house, get a whole stack of books, all the knowledge about becoming, medicine, everything is there. But can you just become a doctor by, even if you memorize all those books by heart? Can you become a doctor? What do you have to do? Practical. And practical what? Like on my own, I start
proper institutions.
Yeah, under an authorized person, under an experienced person, I get trained. Similarly, this knowledge, right, is the same. If we apply this to material things, कुछ भी material ले लो आप, same process होता है. You understand theoretically, you get trained. Either you have a teacher, you have a coach, right? You have a professor who will train you. But when it comes to spiritual knowledge, नहीं, हमको तो भगवान अभी दिखना चाहिए ना. You should be like here. Show me, then I'll believe.
दिख भी जाएगा तब भी लॉजिक मांगेंगे.
So Krishna is saying, I'll give you this. He says, this being known, nothing further shall remain for you to do. And the last verse that he says in this section, which is about hearing, he says, out of thousands among men, manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhahe. This is out of thousands among people, one may endeavor for perfection. Kaschit yatati siddhahe. और जो सिद्ध हो गए हैं, यतता नाम अपि सिद्धानम, they have become perfect. Hardly anyone knows me in truth. He says, Kaschin ma veti tattvata. Only a rare person understands me in tattva, in truth. So out of thousands and thousands of people, koi, very rare person becomes free from material contamination, siddha. And out of those people who have become free from material contamination, only a rare person knows me in truth. So it's not, God is not cheap. We are trying to understand the ultimate being, the source of everything. So it starts from hearing. We have to hear first. Just like, what's the easiest way to know who your father is? Or the most authorized way to know who your father is?
Mom.
Ask your mind. So similarly, if you want to understand this knowledge, Prabhupada explains that either we understand this from the Lord Himself, or someone who's very dear to the Lord and who is embodying all the instructions that Krishna has given. He's living according to what Krishna has explained in the Gita. That's why in the 4th chapter, Krishna tells Arjuna, you go to a person, tat vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadakshanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshi. आप ऐसे पुरुष के पास जाइए जो तत्वदर्शी, उससे क्या करिए? प्रश्न करिए, उसकी सेवा करिए. Then that person will impart to you this truth. इस chapter में क्या है? This is called A. First is the importance of hearing. Then how God is everywhere. Then A is those who accept God, those who reject God. And then B is demigods. What is it? Devtas and God. This is an easy way of remembering what is there. सातवें अध्याय में क्या क्या मेन पॉइंट्स डिस्कस किए गए, ये एक्रोनिम से हम लोग याद कर सकते हैं. Hearing, everywhere, accept or reject, or devtas. So now we're coming to the second. Krishna is going to explain that everything material and spiritual comes from. So he starts with all the material elements: earth, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. All together constitute my separated material energy. So the main five gross elements: earth, bhumi, water, fire, air, ether. These are gross elements. And three subtle elements: mind, intelligence, and ego. These are all material elements. He says, Bhinna Prakriti Asta. So he says, these are my separated material energy. And then he says, beyond this, there is another superior energy of mine, which is comprises of the living entities who are exploiting the resources of this superior energy. So the jiva, this first is Prakriti, then second is jiva. So jiva is superior. And what is the jiva trying to do? It's trying to exploit this material resource. Krishna has created. And he says, all created things, eta yonini bhutani. So he says, all created things have their source in peace. He says, of all that is material and all that is spiritual, it says, no person, I am the origin and the descendant. So I am the creator and I am the descendant. एक चीज है क्या है? Yes, who's the maintainer? Do you think God is also the maintainer? If He is the creator and He is the destroyer, do you think He is also the maintainer? What do you आपको क्या लगता है? चाहिए? You disagree? Okay, but uh, does God enable that maintenance? Suppose if we didn't have the sun or we didn't have the earth, how would we maintain us? Just like we have all these planets orbiting. Suppose suddenly they go out of control. What will happen? Can we maintain ourselves? Right. So He has to help maintain this whole gigantic system. Suppose God, like suppose you create a big company, okay? But if you don't set the systems to maintain that company, what will happen to that company? It will collapse. So that's why Krishna now in the second, now he says, Mata Paratara Nanya is Kinchit Asti Dhananjay. Mai Sarva Program Supremani Dhana. So he says, O conqueror of wealth. He says, Dhananjaya, O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth. Mata Paratara Na Anya. So he says, ऐसा कोई truth नहीं है that is superior to. And he says, everything rests on me. वही सर्व विकल्प हो. So सब किसके ऊपर निर्भर है? Yes. And he says, just like example. He says, just like the pearls are resting on the thread. Right? When you have a necklace, the pearls are resting on the thread, but you don't see the thread. But the thread is enabling that necklace. That thread is not there, the necklace cannot exist. But we don't see the thread, we see the necklace. But this is the whole point. The unseen can be proven by the seen. So if someone was to analyze this, अरे ये झूठ कैसे है? How this works? Resting. Then when we go deeper, we realize एक धागा है जिससे बांधा हुआ है pearls. Yes, so how he's doing it? So he says there is no truth and everything rests on me. And then Krishna explains from 8 to the 11th verse. He says how he is the essence of everything. He gives some examples. Like for example, he says, I am the taste. So the pure taste of water, who's that? He says, I am that. He says, I am the light, sun, and the moon. He says, I am the syllable home. I am the sound in ether. I am the ability in man. I am the natural fragrance of the earth. I am in the fire. I am the life of all that lives. He goes on. He said, original speed of all existence. He's the intelligence of the intelligent. He's the prowess of all powerful men. Then he says, strong, which is free from self-desire passion. Then he says, I am set by contrary, which is not contrary to religious. So in 4 verses, 8, 9, 10, 11, he explains how is the essence of everything, how he is sustaining everything. He gives these examples. And then he says something very interesting. The next verse, the 12th verse, he says, although I am everywhere, still I am detached from everything. He says, you can feel my presence in everything, yet I'm not matter. Don't think I'm matter. I'm detached from everything. Matter cannot bind me. Even though my energy is within matter, but I am separate. Now, this is a very difficult concept to understand. Now, this in 1 o'clock with uh, one analogy. Who owns a big business? Anyone is a businessman? You're a business. It's just assuming you own a big business. You have a son or you have a daughter, or you have a son. So you own many, many businesses. Now your son is growing up, he says, Papa, I want to Coca-Cola का bottle plant है. So you help me set up. You are a very capable businessman. You have all this money. You have many people. You have all the expert people. You have land. So he said, "Chal, देखो ये plot देता हूँ. Right? I'll give you a team. You some engineers will help build this factory. Right? And I'll give you some marketing people. Talk to Coca-Cola, get the contract. You know. So you give him all the resources that you have. Your son is not. You help him. You give him all the resources, and he's able to set up the bottle. But you yourself don't like Coca. You don't drink Coca-Cola, nor are you interested in it. You don't think it's good for your health, nor for everybody's health. So you're completely detached from Coca-Cola. You have so much money that you have वो factory के पैसे बनाए आपको कोई फर्क. So similarly, so plant is running. Whose energy? Who has supplied all the ingredients? Who has given all the people? Who has जब लाइट जब जल रही है, जब मशीन चल रहे हैं, तो किसकी एनर्जी है उस? Whose energy? Yes. But he is totally detached. He doesn't care about the plant. He has no interest in Coca-Cola. He doesn't care how much that factory earns. Similarly, Krishna has created this gigantic cosmos. So many different universes. So many people controlling so many material elements. Krishna said, I accept. That has no influence. This is the position of God. This is how we understand what it means to. Right. He may or may not. He may decide, look, you're not capable of handling a plant. Maybe I'll not give you a plant. You should do something else. If he's giving. So that will, in this case, what will happen? Now we get a certain facility, we get a certain body, we get a certain position. Now, the way we utilize it will determine our future. If you misuse it, then according to our karma, Krishna has set up a system. According to your karma, you will get, if you do well, if you manage, then you get a certain result. You become irresponsible, you get a certain result. But he provides the facilities again. He is supported. So what I said that in this is a mundane example, right? You can say no, father is responsible. But अगर मेरे को लगता है कि नहीं, son, is not capable of handling bottling plant. He'll be better if he becomes a teacher. Then maybe I'll not give him, a bottling plant.
Karma.
Yes.
So time is not good. What about prayer?
Yeah. So through prayer, you can change your life.
For example, passport, company, you can't take for that issue, the dash.
No, he takes care. Even if you don't pray, he takes. There are many atheists who don't believe in God. Doesn't, don't they get support from the sun? Does the sun stop from them? Does the earth, disappear under their leg? They don't believe in God. God is within our hearts. Whether we believe or not, He's there for us. We have to turn. And there's a certain system He has put in place. A immaculate system. Flawless system. Because when you're dealing with so, जैसे आपकी कंपनी है, आपके 2 लोग होते हैं तो आप बोलते चलो यार देखो जो भी चाहिए तो हमारे पास बस अब आपके millions of employees हो जाते हैं आप क्या करोगे? Can you deal with them? What do you have to do? Then you have to form proper system to deal with so many people properly. Right? So the system has to be good. People who are taking care of that system have to be good. Then the employees will. So similarly, God with so many universes, so many planets, so many living entities. And yet Krishna is supposed to be there with each other. But he has also promised to manage this entire creation. Yes.
I feel that what happened was good. So it is all directed.
Yes.
The movie.
Many things are beyond our control. I never thought कि मैं कभी ट्रांसपोर्ट बिजनेस में आऊंगा या मैं अमेरिका से बांग्लादेश चला जाऊंगा. I spent 10 years in Bangladesh. तो आप सोचो मैं अमेरिका में था, Dallas or New York. I was working with Deloitte Consulting. I never thought, मैंने कभी with my wildest dreams, I never thought कि मैं जाके यहाँ ट्रांसपोर्ट बिजनेस में आ जाऊंगा.
So actually, two options. Which one you choose? Your life. So you didn't choose that the transport. So option was there always.
The option was there, but I never thought कि ऐसे रिवर्स होगा कि suddenly कहाँ से कहाँ अमेरिका से जाके चिटोगा journey would go in this direction. So many things happen. It's not within our control.
You know everything. Right?
Yes. And same thing Krishna gives in the Gita.
Our parents all depend here. You will get the result as it just because. If possible, we will get the
Same thing Krishna says. Yatha ichchasi tatha. Now I have told you, this is deliberate on this fully, the 18th chapter itself. Right towards the end of it. He says, deliberated fully, then you decide. So is the Bhagavad Gita making sense?